So slight problem, guys. As you know, we've been doing pretty well at growing our eBay store over the last few months. As you can see, we've got lots of things listed back there. Not only that, we've purchased a storage unit to store more stuff, which has now about double the amount of stuff that you see in here. Now, the one problem that we've run into is in trying to grow the store, we've been buying a lot of stuff. And part of that is just sort of like the rush of trying to grow. We're getting money in from sales on eBay, so we're immediately taking that money and putting it back into more inventory. Then what tends to happen is when we get the inventory in here, we go ahead, we take the stuff that's easy to list, we list that stuff, sure enough that stuff sells, then we just take that money and we move on to the next inventory without fully finishing the lots that we had purchased. So we officially have a massive death pile between all the DVDs, CDs, and books that I had picked up that we're going to go ahead and list on eBay, hopefully today actually. Between all of the loose video games that Erval has recently picked up, he's got about 600 of them over there that we picked up and he's going to try to get listed. And then between all of the various consoles that we still have to list, I placed an order last night for a bunch of cables for those so we can get them listed sooner than later. All the Value Village stuff and then all the other new stuff that we have. There is so much stuff sitting unlisted in this office. So I had a call with Erval last night and we decided that we were going to take up a new operation where we're going to try to get to 0 things, 0 items that are not listed on eBay. Kind of a full reset, if you will. The goal will be to list every single thing here and try to have it all done by the end of March. Once everything's listed, we're going to outline a very specific new buying plan in accordance to our goal as to how much dollar amount we want to have sold by the end of the year. We're kind of going to backtrack from there, figure out what we want sold, how many items we need to do in terms of listings, at what sell-through rate to reach that dollar amount sold, and then we can backtrack to figure out how much stuff we need to be buying every single week accordingly to make sure that we hit those targets. And I think having a more structured plan like that is going to be a much better approach than just buying everything we see, ending up with tons of stuff in backlog, ending up with half the stuff in one location, half the stuff in the other location, everything's all unorganized. We need to take a little bit of time here, get organized, kind of have a solid reset, get rid of this death pile that we have right now, and then we can kind of start from fresh. So that's the goal right now. Hopefully you guys kind of think that's a good idea, because I do. I mean, quite frankly, this has gotten a little bit out of control. I'm going to take you for a little walking tour here in a second, and you can kind of see what I mean. But today's video, we're going to be trying to tackle that, or at least start tackling that, so I'm excited. So first things first, I mean, you guys see here the pile of DVDs I had to go through. This is going to be quite a bit of work, and they're not exactly high-priced items, but I do have a system now in place that helps me list them very, very quickly. So I'm very excited to get these all done so I can move on. But this is kind of my main priority because they're taking up a lot of space here in front of the receiving shelf, and it's just overall something that needs to be finished. So I'm going to go ahead here, and I'm going to start today actually probably listing some of these DVDs. Additionally, we've got 2 piles of CDs. Some of them are actually quite valuable, so I'm excited about those. That bag is full of books, and then that is all, I think, DVDs, or no, those are box sets. Those are like larger sets of DVDs. That's what that pile is. So I've got that stuff as well. Moving on here, we've got some basic stuff, a few more DVDs and books there. We've got a pile of PC games right here. This Lego actually has to be listed. This Lego in here, which is a bulk lot of Lego, has to be listed again. That was up on auction. I'm not sure why the listing ended for it, but it did. So we need to go ahead and get that relisted. These are all full of toys and books that we'll eventually get to because it is part of our challenge here. Over here, I think we've just got some various miscellaneous stuff. That's actually already been listed. I'm not sure why it's on the receiving shelf, but anyway. I went and did a walk around yesterday and I gathered all of the various Xbox and PS3, well, all the video games, quite frankly, and I put them all in this box here. These are all the extra ones that we hadn't dealt with yet for whatever reason, and they're all sitting right here. So we're gonna go ahead and go through those and list as many of them as possible that are ready to be listed, and anything else we'll figure out what to do with. Same thing there, but those are all cartridge and older games, but same deal, we gotta get those listed as well. I've started a bin of stuff that I want to take to Value Village to donate, so that's that bin right there, and I'm gonna be adding to that quite a bit here over the next few days, I think, as we sort of go through stuff. Then we get to the room of chaos. Over here on the right is a bunch of Value Village stuff that we've picked up that we need to get listed. These video games here are actually listed. I'm just not sure why they're sitting there, but regardless, they're there. So we got to do all this stuff, including this little Airport Express that I picked up for 10 bucks. Should be able to get a good 40, 50 bucks on it, but we got to get it listed. Okay, finally over here, we've got a couple VCRs need to get listed. This was a PS3 pickup that Erval got the other day. Got some Scalanders, few games in there, and then a console all for 50 bucks. So we're going to go ahead and have to bundle some of that stuff up and get it out of here. In terms of cables, we're not doing very well. That's why all these consoles are sitting here. These have all been tested, but they need to be listed once we get the cables, which I placed an order for last night. Got a guitar to deal with. This stuff is all still being received. So a couple Wii's and stuff, but has not been tested yet. So we got to go through that stuff as well. Over here, a box of miscellaneous controllers, accessories, whatever. We got to go through that and pair it with the matching consoles or sell it separately. Then this is our kind of death box of stuff that I need to go through, send stuff to Value Village,
and also list whatever's in there that's not been listed yet. Oh yeah, I also have this guitar set. I think I can break it down and actually ship it on eBay. I was going to sell it locally, but it looks like I won't get much for it. It just needs a good clean, and then we're going to be able to go ahead and sell that guy as well. So I'm not sure what we'll get on that, maybe 20, 30 bucks. Maybe more, I'm not really sure. So anyway, we'll go ahead and get that guy taken apart and listed at some point as well. Finally, guys, it's not much, but we do have some of our own loose items here that has to get listed, and some of them are very valuable. I'm seeing poking out here a Mario Party 9 disc. There's a Super Mario Bros. Wii. A lot of them are worth quite a bit, and there's a decent stack here, probably like 30 or 40 games here in total. Some of them need to be refurbished. I think that's this pile here. So we gotta go through these and just get them dealt with, and then we'll be able to get all these guys listed as well. Can we all just take a second, however, to appreciate how clean I've got the office? That's all stuff that's being shipped out like ASAP. That Super Nintendo was never paid for. I remember selling it, and then I just realized the other day when I was cleaning, it was sitting on the floor and I totally forgot about it. So that guy has to be invoiced again, or I got to reach out to the buyer and cancel that order. But then check out my desk. I mean, I'm pretty happy with how things are right now, and I want to keep them this way. That stack's got to go too. Those are all non-working games that I got to go ahead and bulk up and sell on eBay. So we got to do that at some point as well. But anyway, we're doing pretty well. Not too much stuff to do, but we do it to start somewhere. And I think today we're going to start with those DVDs. So I want to share with you guys my newest photo setup, or newest photo idea, I should say. You'll notice I don't have my softbox here right now, and that's because I'm trying something else new. So for these DVDs specifically, I'm not too fussy about the lighting. Now you'll notice there that is not good lighting at all, but I'll show you how that gets fixed because I have a flash on this camera that works very well. So let's say we have this disc and we want to take a picture of it. What I do is I simply just put it in there and I line it up, and I hold this down until it goes green to focus like that. And then when I take that picture, it actually comes out like perfectly white. It's hard to see, but it's actually a really good looking picture. And I'm just for the DVDs taking a picture of the front. I don't really care about the inside or anything because we simply do not have enough time when we're doing 500 DVDs, and they're not valuable enough to justify that. If people need extra pictures, I can always give them to them in the future. But for now, I'm just doing the fronts. So that's all we're doing. So I want to give you guys an update as for our plans for listing all these items. You'll see that I have a pile of 30 here. And one of the goals that I talked about with Airval was having consistent listings every single day. So our plan to do that is that we're going to try to do 30 items each every single day. That's actually the breakdown that we need to have everything listed by the end of March. Then everything else, we're going to go ahead and draft and then list them on the days that, let's say, we can't list something. So that way, eBay, as far as they're concerned, we get a consistent number of listings up every single day. And we're thinking this consistency might help with some more consistent sales. We're not sure, but we're going to find out. Anyway, I've listed these 30 so far today. I went ahead and actually adjusted the shipping price. I was charging $3.50 on them, but I find that a lot of them are under 100 grams, meaning that I could just ship them for $1.94 oversized. So I just split it in the middle. I made them $2.50 for shipping for each one of them, and then that way half of them will go under, half of them will go over. On average, we'll go ahead and make good money on those. So I'm excited about that, and that should help sell some more of them. I did that for all of the DVDs that we already have listed. Anyway, we have about 10 left here that I'm going to go ahead and list from this pile, and actually I'm going to draft them, and then we'll go ahead and list them tomorrow. The key will be to always grab the oldest ones in the draft and then list those ones first, because of course you could run into an issue where, I don't know if you guys have had this, but the drafts will lose pictures and stuff if you leave them for more than like 20 or 30 days, which is super annoying, but that's the plan there. Anyway, that's one of those DVD stacks. Very excited to have that done. We're going to try to do another one here today, at least one, but we do have some things to ship. So I'm going to go ahead and pull, or actually finish drafting all those. Then I'll go ahead and pull all the orders that need to be packed. We'll do that, and then we'll see if we have more time to do more DVDs, which is the goal. Drafting is finished, guys. That bin is full of all the things that are listed and drafted. Ironically, when I was drafting some of them, like half of them I kept accidentally listing just because it's habitual, so I just left them up. But I mean, we got like 4 or 5 drafts out of that, so I'll try to do some more here so we actually have some drafts. But yeah, that was kind of bad. Anyway, talking about things that shipped, I pulled out the orders, and ironically there's only 3 of them here. That's because a lot of the stuff has been moved to the storage unit, which I don't have access to today, or I could have access, but I'm not going there today. So instead, I'm just going to be shipping the things that are here. And then tomorrow on Tuesday, I'm going there first thing in the morning to pick up all of the other items. There's about at least 20 things that sold, and just they aren't here, which is just hilarious. So anyway, I'm going to pack these 3 things because they are here. Also, the Super Nintendo in here that we sold has now been canceled. That one is back for sale, so we'll wait again to see if we can sell that bundle. But anyway, for now, 3 orders, really light day. Tomorrow won't be the same, but we'll wait till tomorrow for that. Now, of course, the good coming out of not having that many items that we had to ship out means I do have some more time here today to do some more listings, which means I've actually already started here
drafting up some more DVDs. As you guys can see, we have 18 drafts now up in total of the DVDs. I've started by just adding these ones to the draft bank. And then over here, guys, we have all of these games I'm still going to go ahead here and draft. I'd say it takes like an extra second per item just to draft it, because then you don't have the sell similar button right in. Instead, it takes you in your draft bank. So you had to actually have a separate listing open with the sell similar, and then you can just continually press that, which works pretty well. So I've been able to still keep my speed up here. And of course, we'll be able to get through these very quickly, which I'm excited about. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up all these ones for today for the draft bank. Well, guys, just want to give you a little look. This is the stuff that we got listed today. It's in this bin handy that I got these actually at Home Depot. And we're using these to take all this stuff to and from the units, and they've been pretty good. I've got a bunch in every color. I can't show you that one, but you can see there's some packages in it. And that's what I've been using to go to the post office as well. They're a very handy size. Nevertheless, about 80 games in here in total. DVDs, not games. But 80 items in here in total. And they are all off to the storage unit until they sell, which is fantastic. Again, having that sort of ability to get things out of here once they're actually listed has been fantastic, instead of them just going into another room and taking up space until they sell. So that's really good. And on average, it went up for like $3.99 each. In fact, I can get you guys the total, not of these because I didn't record it, but I can get you the total of all the DVDs we've listed so far, which is like this plus another 100 or something. Okay, well, never mind. This doesn't exactly show everything because, again, like I said, I actually drafted stuff today instead of listing it, but we have probably another 45 items in the draft bank. So if you add those on top of this, we're probably looking at, I don't know, an extra few $100 there at least. But $810 so far listed in DVDs. We've been selling a few of them here and there. Not the fastest sellers in the world, but hey, we are going to make our money back on the mystery box. That's where this stuff is all from. So I think the mystery box was $150. We're already $810 in listings, and by far we're only maybe 20% through this stuff in terms of listing it. So we're going to do well on this for sure. And again, my goal is sort of just to drop the price on these continually until they all sell. So whether we had to sell them all for $1 or whatever, I'm down to do that. So we'll see what happens then at the end of it all. We'll lot everything back up, put it up on eBay, and hopefully somebody will buy it. So we're doing pretty well so far, though. Again, we've got 130 plus 40, 170 listings or so up there already, or ready to go, I should say, drafts, and they'll be going up in the next few days. So I'm pretty happy with the progress that we made today. Then, of course, a little progress update over here. Those 2 stacks were what went. So if I do another 2 stacks every single day, that's 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and we should be through all that stuff. But honestly, I might just amp it up a little bit more and try to do like 3 stacks tomorrow or something, because it'd be nice to get all this stuff out of here by the end of the week, assuming that we also have all this stuff that I'd like to get out of here as well as part of the rest of the mystery box. And then I can be done with that stuff. It can be off my floor, and we can move on to some more important stuff like video games or consoles. Guys, with that all said, though, I am actually going to wrap up today's video here. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it and find some value in it. I definitely enjoyed shooting it, and obviously we got some really good progress done here. A great start to kind of going through the death pile that we've accumulated here over the last little bit. There's a lot of new strategic stuff coming out. I'm going to be talking a lot more about the business side of what we're doing here, break down sort of what our goals are in terms of our sales versus where they're at now. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned for that. Emails letting me know that I gotta respond to an offer, actually, so I should probably go do that. Anyway, if you guys again enjoyed, be sure to go down below, smash the like button on this video, leave any comments for questions, concerns, whatever. I'll try to get back to you on those. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.